All right, Kyle from Superior Automotive Solutions with you guys again. I wanted to take a minute out of my day and chat with you guys. I've had some recent conversations and questions from my customers on what repairs need to be done now and what they can put off. That question is mainly being fueled by the current economic situation with the pandemic, the lockdowns, the shutdowns, people losing jobs, income streams, hours getting cut, a whole bunch of different things really. As you navigate the current situation, whatever your beliefs are, you may come into a situation where you don't have as much money as you used to, or you had to use that money somewhere else to cover bills, or whatever the case may be. So you're looking to cut costs, essentially, and save money. Maybe you have the money, you just don't know if now is the right time to spend it. Maybe you're saving it because you believe that harder times are ahead. Whatever your belief is, I think I can shed some light on that situation as far as the automotive repair side goes. One thing I want to highlight right away is to continue getting your oil changed at the required interval. Do not put that off. You put that off long enough, you're going to start seeing other problems with your engine. Not necessarily, you put it off even 1,000, 2,000 miles over the required service interval. You may not blow up your engine, but you're going to start building up sludge, which will shorten the life of the engine, among many other things. So keep getting your oil changed whenever that required interval comes up. You want to talk about problems that you could probably skip right now if you had to. I'm going to shout out tire pressure monitoring system issues. Maybe your sensors aren't reading, maybe they're reading the incorrect pressure, the light's on, they want you to replace a sensor, maybe a module is bad, whatever the case may be. You can leave that light on and just manually check your tire pressure the old-fashioned way with a $2 or $3 tire pressure gauge. Some are even less than that, probably 99 cents on sale. Now, if you do decide to forego repairing that system, just be diligent about checking the tire pressure. Other issues that you can maybe fix or stall on fixing, wait to fix, blend door issues inside the cab. Maybe driver's side's blowing nice and cold and the passenger side doesn't want to switch from warm or hot. Maybe a bit uncomfortable, but that's another example. Muffler replacement, exhaust leaks, depending on where the exhaust leaks are. If they're downstream from the oxygen sensors, you might be able to leave them. Door locks, automatic door locks. Maybe the button's not working, so as long as you have a key, you can go to manually locking the door. There's a lot of different things you could really, if you had to, skip right now due to an economic reason. You could put that off and it wouldn't necessarily detrimentally affect the vehicle. Other things that you shouldn't skip: starting and charging issues, engine misfires or other engine performance problems, brakes. You should not put off your brakes. If you have any manufacturer maintenance milestones coming up, maybe your vehicle manufacturer wants you to change your transmission fluid at 100,000 miles and you're coming up on that, you should try to stick to that schedule. That will prolong the life of your transmission and save you money down the road. Lights, bulbs, turn signals, anything safety related, we should still be getting fixed. I could go on all day with examples of that too. Other things that you may have to consider now due to the economic situation. If you have a major component out right now, maybe your engine is shot, maybe the transmission failed. Depending what you drive, that could be a $4, $5, $6. I've seen $7,000, $8,000 repair orders for replacements of those. You may be put in a situation where you have to consider whether that is a smart decision or it's worth it to go buy another $1,000 beater car and drive that until the economic situation improves. Other options, instead of a remanufactured engine, maybe a used engine from a reputable junkyard with a warranty period. That may be an option, or depending on who you have in your area for rebuilders, maybe a local rebuilder might be cheaper. But the point of that is you have to look at all these factors and gather as much information as you can about your options before making a decision. Another thing I wanted to bring up is maybe the $50 fix. The rigging is an option. We certainly don't recommend doing it the wrong way or rigging something up, but instead of a whole new exhaust pipe, maybe a patch. Instead of I did a hitch the other day, for instance, and instead of buying a whole new hitch, we removed this receiver and ground down as much rust as we could and put some bed liner on it. We welded on a new plate for his trailer wire plug. So maybe refreshing the part, rebuilding or reusing the part after some work might be a cheaper option. And you may need to seek out shops that are willing to do that. Some shops will not. They just, you buy parts through them, they replace the parts with new, and that way they can warranty those parts. And that'll, I understand why they do that, but you may need to seek out an independent shop or someone that's willing to work within your budget a little more. Another point I wanted to make or throw out there, tires are a big upfront cost. You're paying $400 or $500 for a decent set of tires. You can get cheap tires for $300, I suppose, at Discount Tire. They don't last very long. But an avenue you might want to try is buying used tires. You can find them 75%, 80% tread, almost new, for half cost on Facebook, and then you're just paying the mountain balance at a shop somewhere to get them swapped out onto your rims, unless they come with rims. Some of them are selling with rims. It's like $2 or $3 for a tire pressure gauge at one of your local auto parts stores. Sorry, tread depth gauge. You can watch YouTube videos and Google how to check tread depth. That way you're not getting taken for your money. Yeah, I think that covers everything I want to cover. The point is, there is some repairs that are not a necessity to keep the vehicle rolling. And these mechanic shops, whoever you take it to, should be prioritizing that for you. We prioritize that for our customers. If there's a list of what needs to be done, we'll sit down with them and say, hey, you got this list here. Really, these two things should be taken care of right away. We can make a plan for what's next. afterwards. Yeah, I think that that covers it. I'm going to leave my email in the comments and offer, if anybody out there, doesn't matter where you live, if you have a estimate or an invoice or recommendations from a shop and they are not quite explaining it to you or prioritizing in a way that you understand it, shoot me, scan that invoice or that estimate and shoot that over to me, and I will attempt to explain that via email and prioritize that in a way that you understand. Or if you're local, just call the phone number as well. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. We're going to be doing some more videos coming up soon. Thanks, guys.